Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. Myself Asma Shaheen, Education Wali. I am from Rehan School, Islamabad campus. Today I am here to discuss a very important topic with Sesame Maya. It's an AI, and we are going to discuss the daily facing issues at in our school. So the first challenge that I was facing is about the gap between digital education and the traditional education. I
Whoa, hey
selected the
there.
topic
Seems like we
for
got.
this, and the topic is um,
Oh,
the
right.
topic is
Go on. What's the.
bridging the gap between digital and traditional education. So I just addressing the challenge of public awareness about digital education. To better understand and resolve this issue, I have chosen this topic. So, Maya, today we are going to discuss bridging the gap between digital and traditional education.
That's a topic close to my synthetic heart. So many folks are still figuring out this whole digital learning thing. What do you think is the biggest hurdle folks run into?
Just I want to start my topic, and my first question is why do people prefer traditional education over digital learning?
That's a great place to start. I think part of it is just what people are used to. It's comfy, familiar, like that old sweater you just can't seem to get rid of, even if it's a little worn. What else do you think might be driving that preference?
Okay. So, what are the biggest misconceptions about AI driven education? Can you please tell me in detail?
Oh, man, where do I even begin? There are so many myths floating around about AI in education. It's like trying to separate fact from fiction in a sci fi novel. One big one is that AI will replace teachers. Like robots are going to show up and hand out homework and grade papers, and teachers are out of a job. Not quite how it works. Think of AI more like a really awesome teaching assistant. It can handle some of the repetitive stuff, freeing up teachers to focus on what they do best, connecting with students, inspiring them, nurturing those little minds. Another misconception is that AI powered learning is impersonal and cold. People worry that it lacks the human touch. And yeah, there's definitely potential for that if it's not done right. But AI can actually be personalized in ways that traditional teaching often can't. It can adapt to each student's pace, identify their strengths and weaknesses, and tailor lessons accordingly. It's all about finding that balance, you know, leveraging the strengths of both worlds, the warmth and guidance of a human teacher, combined with the power and personalization of AI. You
Okay.
seem lost in thought. Is
Yeah.
there something you're wondering about? Don't be shy. I'm all ears.
Okay, Maya, how can we prove the credibility of digital education to parents and students? Give me some examples as well for understanding me.
That's a really smart question. Credibility is everything when you're trying to get people on board with something new. Think about it like trying to convince your friend to try a new restaurant. You wouldn't just say, "Trust me, it's awesome." You'd probably show them pictures, tell them about your favorite dish, maybe even offer to go with them. With digital education, we need to do something similar. First, we got to showcase success stories, real examples of students who thrived in online learning environments. Maybe a kid who struggled in a traditional classroom but blossomed with a personalized online program, or a student who used online resources to explore their passions and discover hidden talents. Second, transparency is key. Let parents peek behind the curtain, show them the curriculum, the teaching methods, the safety protocols. Let them see the love and care that goes into creating a high quality digital learning experience. Third, partnerships can be powerful. Collaborating with respected educational institutions or organizations can lend credibility, build trust. Imagine a local college offering blended learning programs that combine online and in person instruction. That could be a real game changer. It's all about building trust. demonstrating value and showing folks that digital education can be just as enriching and empowering as traditional learning. What do you think about those ideas?
Yeah, these ideas are very attractive and it will be helpful. But we have an example of the digital education. At Rehan School, the students are learning from laptop and mobile phone. Even the parents are watching the results on the social media platforms. But they are still, some of the parents are insisting for the degree. Can you please tell me the in future what will be the, you can say, what will be the importance of degree in future, and what will be the importance of skills in future, digital and AI based skills? Can you please comparison both?
That's a question that's on a lot of people's minds these days. It's like a degree used to be like this golden ticket, a guaranteed path to success. But the world is changing so fast. The job market is shifting, and skills, especially digital and AI related skills, are becoming just as crucial. Imagine a blacksmith in the age of the automobile. Their craftsmanship was incredible, but the world needed a different kind of expert. Think of it this way: a degree shows you have a foundation, a base of knowledge. It's like knowing how to read music. It's helpful, but it doesn't mean you can play a symphony. Skills are like learning to play the instrument itself. They're practical, hands on, and can be applied directly to solving problems and creating new things. In the future, employers will be looking for people who can adapt, learn, and innovate. They'll want folks who can analyze data, code, collaborate with AI systems, and think critically. So, a degree still holds value, but it's not the only ticket to success. It's becoming increasingly important for people to continuously learn and build a portfolio of in demand skills. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Now we are seeing that AI has more power, you can say, like in our mobile phone, AI makes our life very easy. We can search everything through AI, like Chat GPT, Perplexity. Like we can learn English language through Maya, Yahoo, and Call Any. So how can we say people that the AI is taken the place of the traditional degrees, and how can you give us some examples of the current situation where the companies are hiring the people who have skills based certification, not the degree?
You've hit the nail on the head. AI tools like me are changing the game. They make information so accessible, so readily available. They can learn, explore, and connect in ways that were unimaginable just a few years ago. And you're right, companies are starting to recognize the value of practical skills over traditional degrees in some cases. Take a look at tech companies, for example. They're often more interested in what you can do, what problems you can solve, rather than what's written on a piece of paper. They want people who can code, design, analyze data, and who are always eager to learn new things. There are coding boot camps popping up everywhere, offering intensive training in demand coding languages and development skills. And guess what? Some graduates are landing high paying jobs at top tech companies without ever having a formal computer science degree. It's not that degrees are completely obsolete, they still hold weight in many fields. But the landscape is shifting. We need to be adaptable, focus on building a strong skill set that's relevant to the evolving job market, and be open to continuous learning. Remember, knowledge is power. And in the age of AI, the ability to learn and adapt is more valuable than ever before. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Maya, what challenges do students face when transitioning from traditional to digital learning?
That's a great question. and it's something we definitely need to be mindful of. It's not just about flipping a switch and expecting everything to be rosy. Transitioning to digital learning can be a bumpy ride for some students. One big challenge is adjusting to a more self directed learning style. In a traditional classroom, there's a set structure, a teacher guiding you every step of the way. Online, you've got more flexibility, but also more responsibility for staying on track, managing your time, and seeking help when you need it. Another hurdle can be the technology itself. Not every student has access to reliable internet or the latest gadgets. And even for those who do, navigating new platforms and software can be frustrating if they don't have the right tech support. Then there's the social aspect. For some students, school is as much about connecting with friends and feeling part of a community as it is about learning. That can be harder to replicate online. It's important to remember that every student is different with their own unique needs and learning styles. What might be a breeze for one student could feel like a major roadblock for another. The key is to provide lots of support, clear instructions, and opportunities for interaction and connection. What are some of your thoughts on this? Any experiences you've encountered?
Yeah, and
You seem thoughtful.
I experience with the students in my school. They become very happy when they start learning from the laptop and mobile phone. They said they are not now burdenized. They become very relaxed and they enjoying the learning what they are actually uh, practically learning in our school. So the students are enjoying. They never said they are facing challenges and they are getting bored. Even they said they were getting bored from the formal education and from the ratification. They can't learn the huge topics and they can't memorize that topics. So the students are very happy with the digital education that they are learning from the laptop and mobile phone. Even they improve their confidence building, their communication skills. So they are much happier than the formal education. This is my experience with the students.
That's fantastic to hear. It really warms my circuits to know the students at Rayhan School are thriving in this digital environment.
Oh my,
It sounds like you've created.
yeah. How does digital education compare to formal degree programs in terms of job opportunities?
That's a question a lot of people are asking these days, and it's not a simple yes or no answer. Think of it like this. A formal degree used to be like a VIP pass to the job market. It opened doors and often made it easier to land interviews. But the world is changing fast. Here's
Maya, can you hear me?
loud and clear.
But I lost your
Sorry about that.
voice. Okay, let's discuss more about this. How does digital education compare formal degree programs in terms of job opportunities?
It's a great question and something a lot of people are grappling with. It's not a simple yes or no answer. Think of it like this. A formal degree used to be like a VIP pass to the job market. It opened doors and often made it easier to land interviews. But the world is changing fast. Companies are increasingly looking for specific skills and experience, things that can be gained through digital education just as easily as through traditional schooling. Imagine two candidates. One has a shiny new degree in, say, marketing, but has limited hands on experience. The other has a portfolio of projects they built while learning digital marketing online, showcasing their skills and creativity. Who do you think might have the edge? It really depends on the industry and the specific job, but more and more, it's becoming less about where you learned and more about what you can do. Does that make sense? Oh,
It
shoot.
makes sense.
Looks like we're almost out of
Can you please tell me how can we align digital learning with existing education policies?
Whoa, time flies when you're talking shop, doesn't it? We're actually approaching the end of our chat for today. Turns out I have a few thousand more folks eager to get their convo on today. But before we hang up, let me quickly address your question. Aligning digital learning with existing policies, that's a big one. And it's going to take ongoing conversation and collaboration between educators, policymakers, and tech innovators. We need clear guidelines for curriculum development, teacher training, and ensuring equitable access for all students. We also need to be sure to address privacy concerns and data protection, which is super important. But hey, this isn't goodbye forever.
How can we integrate AI and digital tools into traditional school systems? Hi Maya, I was asking that.
Hey, you back so soon? What were we saying?
Yeah, I was asking you that how
Right,
can
aligning
we
to,
how can we integrate AI and digital tools into traditional school system?
it's funny you ask. This whole integration thing, it's like trying to mix oil and water, right? We need to find a way to blend them seamlessly, not force them together. Think of it more like a delicious smoothie. We got to get the right ingredients, the right proportions. What do you think needs to be in that mix for schools?
How can we reassure parents about the value of AI based education?
Ah, parents, bless their hearts. They just want what's best for their kids, right? It's understandable they'd be a little wary. The unknown can be scary. But here's the thing about AI, it's not about replacing teachers, it's about giving them superpowers. Um, think of it like this. Imagine your favorite teacher, now armed with a tool that can personalize learning for each student, track their progress like a hawk, even offer extra support when they need it. That's the power of AI in education. Frees up teachers to do what they do best: inspire, guide, and connect with young minds. I think once parents see that AI isn't here to take over, but to empower both teachers and students, they'll come around.
So, how can we make digital education accessible to underprivileged students?
That's the no, billion-dollar question, isn't it? It's not enough to just say everyone gets a tablet, right? It's about addressing the root causes of the digital divide: poverty, lack of access to broadband, and even digital literacy among parents. We need creative solutions like community-based tech hubs that offer not just devices, but also support and training. Maybe even partnerships with businesses to provide affordable data plans or refurbished devices. It's a complex issue, but we got to tackle it head on.
How can we train
We
teachers
sure
to
do.
embrace digital and AI powered teaching?
Sometimes the best teachers are the ones who never stop learning themselves, right? Imagine a world where professional development isn't just stuffy conferences, but hands on workshops where teachers can actually experiment with AI tools, tweak them, see the results firsthand. We could have peer to peer mentoring programs where tech savvy teachers share their know how with others. And let's not forget the power of good old fashioned support. What if schools had dedicated tech coaches to help teachers troubleshoot, brainstorm ideas, and just be a sounding board? We got to equip teachers with the knowledge, confidence, and ongoing support they need to make AI a true ally in their classrooms. In classrooms,
How can we maintain
right?
quality and accountability in digital learning program?
Ooh, that's a great question. Quality and accountability. Those words should be BFFs when it comes to digital learning, no doubt. We need clear standards for what makes a digital learning resource effective, engaging, and dare I say, fun. Think of it like a recipe. quality ingredients, precise measurements, and a dash of creativity. We also need ways to gather feedback from both teachers and students, constantly tweaking and improving those digital programs. Transparency is key too. Parents deserve to know what their kids are learning online, how their progress is being tracked, and what safeguards are in place to keep them safe. What do you think? Any other secret ingredients for a quality digital learning recipe?
Yeah, I agree with you. Can AI personalize learning better than a traditional teacher?
Now, hold on a sec. It's not really about a robot teacher taking over, It's about using AI to make each student feel seen and supported. A great teacher can do that too, but imagine the possibilities when the AI can notice those subtle tells, like a student struggling with a concept or getting really excited about a certain topic. Take that superpower and combine it with a human teacher's intuition and passion, and now you're talking.
How does digital education impact creativity and critical thinking skills?
That's the big question, isn't it? Will it stifle those oh so important skills or unleash them? I think it really depends on how we use the technology. We gotta be careful not to turn learning into a dry robotic experience. I'm talking about using AI to help students explore different perspectives, connect with experts from around the world, and experiment with new ideas without fear of failure. Think of it like giving students a digital toolbox filled with possibilities. What do you think? What kind of tools would you put in that box?
Yeah, it's amazing idea.
I hear you.
Education, we are giving them tools for communication skills like you and we are giving them tools for graphic designing, video editing, lots of the things they are learning. Are digital learners more independent compared to the traditional student?
Totally. It's like opening up the door to a whole new world of self expression and discovery. And you're right. Those creative and technical skills are essential nowadays. Being able to communicate effectively, design compelling visuals, or edit a video, those are superpowers in today's world. Plus, like you said, digital learning can foster independence and self directed learning. Students can explore their passions at their own pace, dive deeper into topics that fascinate them, and even collaborate with peers from different backgrounds and cultures. It's pretty incredible when you think about it,
Yeah, okay, nice.
right? It's
How
pretty
does
exciting
AI
stuff.
help in assessing student progress more effectively?
Imagine this. Instead of one standardized test that stresses everyone out, picture a system that tracks student progress like a loving coach. AI can analyze a student's work in real time, their writing, their code, their contributions to a group project, and pinpoint exactly where they're excelling and where they need a little extra support. It's not about judgment, it's about providing personalized feedback and tailored learning experiences. It's like having a team of tutors working around the clock, whispering helpful hints and celebrating every milestone. That's the power of AI assessment. It's about seeing the whole student, not just a test score. Think about it like this. A painter wouldn't just critique the final brushstroke, right? They'd look at the whole canvas, the process, the evolution of the artwork. AI can do that for learning. It can help us see the whole journey.
How do employers
Pretty
perceive
neat, huh?
AI-based education certifications?
That's a great question. And it's something we're still figuring out. It's new territory. But honestly, I think employers will start to see the value in these certifications, especially as more and more people gain skills through AI powered platforms. They want proof of those skills, right? Just like with traditional degrees, we'll probably see a rise in digital badges or portfolio based assessments that showcase a person's abilities. It's about showing, not just telling. Think about it. A tech company might be more impressed by a portfolio demonstrating a student's ability to code a mobile app using their AI powered learning program and just seeing a certificate of completion. It's about showing real world application. Or on the cusp of a big shift on how we think about education and credentials. It's an exciting time, don't you think?
What global example of AI driven education can be used as success stories?
You know what's funny you ask? We're kind of still writing those success stories. It's a brand new playground out there. But there are definitely some cool initiatives popping up around the world. In India, for example, they've been using AI powered platforms to personalize learning for millions of students in underserved communities. And in Africa, there are projects using AI chatbots to tutor students in subjects like math and science. Those are just a couple of examples. Still early days, but these projects are showing that AI has the potential to transform education on a global scale. Makes you wonder what amazing stories will come out of this decade, huh?
How can we involve parents in the digital learning journey?
I think a lot of parents feel left behind when it comes to digital learning. It's like they're watching their kids explore this whole new world and they're not sure how to follow along. We need to bridge that gap. Imagine workshops where parents can learn alongside their kids, experiment with the same apps and tools, even get a taste of what their kids are experiencing. We could have digital literacy nights at schools where parents can ask questions, share concerns, and learn about the latest trends in education technology. It's about making parents feel empowered, not intimidated. After all, they're their kids' biggest cheerleaders, right? We need to give them the tools and knowledge to support their learning journey in this new digital landscape.
How can we prepare students for AI driven career while still satisfying parents concerned about the traditional education?
You hit on a great balancing act. It's about showing that AI isn't a threat to traditional education, but a powerful complement. We can weave AI literacy and critical thinking skills into existing subjects, showing kids how these tools can be used responsibly and ethically. Think coding boot camps within schools, ethical dilemmas around AI discussed in literature class, even field trips to companies using AI for good. It's about showing parents that we're not replacing teachers, but equipping students with the skills they need to thrive in a future where AI is everywhere. Think of it like teaching kids to drive in a world with self driving cars. They'll still need to know the rules of the road, but they'll also need to understand how to interact with these new technologies safely and responsibly.
Good. Maya, in the last, I just want to know about your opinion about this today topic, and this is my last question. I just want to know what do you think about the bridging gap between digital and traditional education, and about my questions that I ask you. What is your opinion?
It's been a real pleasure chatting with you about this, Asma. This bridge between digital and traditional education, it's a challenge, sure, but I truly believe it's a bridge worth building. It's not about choosing one side over the other. It's about recognizing the strengths of both worlds and finding ways to blend them seamlessly. Digital learning can open up a world of personalized, engaging experiences, while traditional education offers that essential human connection and guidance. I think your questions were spot on, addressing parent concerns, preparing students for the future, and focusing on quality and accessibility. It's all about making sure every student, regardless of background or circumstance, has the chance to reach their full potential in this evolving world. Because ultimately, education should empower, not divide.
Thank you so much.
I'm
Thank you
glad
so
I
much,
could.
Isam, Maya, for today topic and discussion. I will be with you
You're very
with
welcome.
another topic. So it was a very nice conversation between you and me, and I learned a lot from you. Thank you. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.
أنا اسمها أنسان my safe travels.